Learning Center at IBMasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 2, Section 1, number 14, which reads, as used in line 6, embraced most nearly means. Whenever you see most nearly means, you have a vocabulary and context question. How do you approach it? Well, first off, keep in mind that the correct answer, you want to ignore any meaning of the word you're familiar with, because the correct answer usually is not the most common meaning, but you don't want to automatically eliminate the most common meaning. Once in a while it is the most common meaning, because they love to give you common words that you know the meaning of, and then they're used in a context that you might not be familiar with, and so the meaning of the word is one that you didn't even know that word could mean. Second thing, you could think of your own word or words that would fit and find a match in the answer choices. And if you're unable to do that, you could just say, hey, what is this sentence saying? That could give you some insight into the answer as well. You could also put each answer choice in place of the original word. And then lastly, sometimes there's a synonym or an antonym either before or after the word in question. So it's asking about embrace in line 6. Let's go to the passage. Line 4 says, some argue that because the free market allows for personal choice, they are already ethical. Others have accepted the ethical critique and embraced corporate social responsibility. So the meaning of these sentences, what is it? Some are like, hey, you chose to buy it, so there's nothing wrong with the person selling it, so they're not doing anything wrong in selling it to you. But then we've got also ethical critique, embraced corporate social responsibility. So that would be like, hey, is it ethical for a test prep company to guarantee 200-point improvement, and when you read the fine print, it's like, oh yeah, the guarantee is that it's something cheesy, like you could take the class over again and you have to do like every scrap of homework and have it submitted on time and blah, 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 blah. Or it might be when someone gives you 30% off and then an additional 20% off, so everyone thinks you're getting 50% off, but you're already only getting 44% off. So regardless, that's the argument, but that doesn't really give us headway into what embraced means. We could look for a synonym before or after we don't see one. We could think, hey, what does embrace usually means? It usually means like if you embrace someone, you hug them, and you're not going to hug corporate social responsibility. So you could think of what your own meaning of the word would be, and embrace corporate social responsibility is kind of like, maybe I might say accepted, or this is what they really believe in. Then you could also put each answer choice in place of the original word, and we're gonna wrap it up and choose our answer here. Lovingly held, that's like hugged. You don't hug corporate social responsibility. Readily adopted, so readily, that would fit, and adopted, that's like, hey, this is what I believe in this context. Now also you get a secondary definition to the word adopted, which makes this difficult, because adopted usually means, hey, there's my wife and I can't have a baby, or we want another baby, and we want to adopt them, take them in, and raise them as our own. But it doesn't mean that in this context. But adopted could also mean you take on this belief. Answer choice C, eagerly hugged, again, that's like hugged. And reluctantly used, it's opposite of reluctant. If you're reluctant, then you don't want to do something. So the correct answer is definitely going to be B, readily adopted. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has difficulty with these vocabulary and context questions. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything, and check out our 1-minute video on TikTok. Have a great day.